Now I would like to invite or introduce to you all Professor Ganesh sir, who is a well-known personality and an academician in the Department of Sociology, Osmania University, Hyderabad for the past 30 years. And he has published 5 books in the field of sociology as well. Sir has organized 12 national conferences on various themes related to issues of development in India. He has also participated and presented papers on various themes in 62 national and international conferences. He also contributed his expertise in drafting TSPSC syllabus as a committee member for that. Apart from academic and research activities, he has also guided and trained almost hundreds of students in this journey of civil services examination. He is a long-run associate to the 21st Century IAS Academy as a guest faculty member as well. Currently, he is holding the position of Principal, Osmania University, College of Arts and Social Sciences, Hyderabad. So without any further ado, I request Ganesh sir to take over the session and welcome him onto the dais.
Presently, I am Principal of University College of Arts and Social Sciences, Osmania University. But basically, I am a professor of sociology. I am teaching sociology for the past 32 years. Since 1989 onwards, I am teaching sociology in the Department of Sociology, Osmania University. And apart from that, my passion is to train the students for civil services examination. Even in 21st Century IAS Academy, I used to take classes for sociology, which is one of the prominent optional for civil services mains examination, and also some topics for general studies, and also ethics, integrity and aptitude. All of you know very well that civil services examination is one of the prestigious and toughest examination in the country. Because as a professor, I am very much associated with UPSC and many public service commissions in the country. Scoring around 55 to 60% marks is a very difficult task as far as UPSC civil services examination is concerned. If you are able to score around 55 to 60% in civil services main examination, you will be the topper. And evaluation is so tough. It's very difficult to score even 50% of marks, especially in general studies. And of course, as far as optional is concerned, you can score the marks to the extent of 60% plus. So, as part of this lecture, I would like to focus on what kind of strategy a student is supposed to adopt to be successful in civil services examination. That's more important. So, to be successful in UPSC civil services examination, a student need not be so brilliant. Even an average student can be successful in civil services examination if at all he or she adopt an appropriate strategy. Always I tell, it requires a strategic preparation. Strategic preparation means what? Number one, how much time you allocate for various subjects, then which books, which journals you refer for civil services prelims as well as the mains examination, and how or what kind of method you follow to improve your analytical skills and effective presentation. Again, I am repeating this. UPSC Civil Services main examination focuses mainly on analytical skills. You need to have the analytical skills, whether it is general studies or optional. You need to have the analytical skills, not just presenting the facts. Of course, sometimes facts are also important, but how you analyze a particular subject, that's more important. Then effective presentation, your presentation style. When you write an answer, you need to present the answer in a logical way. That means how to start your answer and what should be the content and how you are supposed to present in a systematic manner. That's more important. While evaluating the answer scripts, the examiner generally looks for two things. Number one is content. Whether the content of your answer is relevant to the question or not. Number two, logical order. Whether you are able to present the answer in a logical order or not. Then introduction and body of the answer, then drawing conclusion at the end of the answer. All these are very important while presenting your answer. But all this depends upon the content which you acquire by referring to the different books and the research journals. That's very, very important. So my suggestion to all of you is that actually this is a part of the strategy for preparation. The strategy for preparation includes the selection of the proper text, because your content depends upon what kind of books or what kind of journals you are referring to. That's more important. So that is why your preparation has to start with two important activities. One is carefully reading the NCERT text. Your preparation should start with NCERT books, especially 10th, 11th, 12th. And more specifically, you need to refer the NCERT books related to Indian history, Indian polity, Indian geography, biological sciences and physical sciences. And more specifically, Indian history, Indian polity and Indian geography. For these three, NCERT books are very much useful. For example, when you read about history, you have to begin with NCERT books. And there are three books published by NCERT related to Indian history. One focusing on ancient Indian history, then second one focusing on medieval Indian history, then third modern Indian history. So you need to read these three books thoroughly. Page to page you have to read. And as I said, history, polity and geography, for these three subjects, NCERT books are very much useful. The content of NCERT books is very much helpful. But just NCERT books are not enough. You need to add further, because generally these are called core subjects. The knowledge related to the core subjects is useful both for prelims as well as the mains. If you look at the syllabus, you can find the topics related to all these core subjects. The core subjects include like Indian history, Indian polity, Indian geography, Indian economy, and science and technology, and international relations or current affairs. All these are very important both for prelims as well as the mains. Then, apart from referring to these NCERT books, you need to refer or you need to read at least 2 newspapers every day. And in my view, Hindu and Indian Express, these are the 2 newspapers which are very much useful to gather the information related to the current affairs. If you read the newspaper, these 2 newspapers regularly, almost your 20 to 25% preparation is over, especially for prelims. Because if you look at the civil services prelims question paper, at least around 25 to 30 questions are related to current affairs. So, if you refer these 2 newspapers, largely that covers many aspects related to the current affairs and international relations. So that means your preparation has to start with these 2 activities. One is referring to NCERT books and reading at least 2 newspapers. And if you can refer more than one, even Times of India is also, it's a good newspaper, that is also very much helpful. And newspaper reading is not only helpful to gather information related to current affairs, but it's also helpful to write essay. Because nowadays, all these newspapers, Hindu, Indian Express and Times of India, they publish articles, especially center page articles on various issues, national and international issues. And those center page articles are very much useful for essay writing, apart from general studies. Then, specifically with regard to the biological sciences and physical sciences, you need to focus on the concepts, the basic concepts that are there as part of biological sciences and physical sciences, and more specifically the latest developments, latest advancements in science and technology. For example, if you look at Indian Express, weekly once the center page articles are related to the latest developments in science and technology. So those articles are very much useful to gather the information related to science and technology. Even Hindu also. Then apart from this, invariably I suggest the students to refer 4 competitive examinations related journals like Pratiyogita Darpan. Right? How many of you read Pratiyogita Darpan? Any of you? How many of you read Pratiyogita Darpan? You please subscribe to Pratiyogita Darpan. If you read Pratiyogita Darpan and Civil Services Chronicle, any of you read Civil Services Chronicle? Anybody? You please refer these 2 journals, and which are considered as the best journals for competitive examinations, more specifically for civil services exam. And Pratiyogita Darpan and Civil Services Chronicle not only focus on providing information related to current affairs, but related to various topics like related to history, geography, then science and technology. They prepare certain model questions and for which they also provide the model answers. That is the advantage with Pratiyogita Darpan and also Civil Services Chronicle. So every month scrupulously you have to refer Pratiyogita Darpan and Civil Services Chronicle. These 2 are must. Yeah. As I told you just now, both Pratiyogita Darpan and Civil Services Chronicle provides information related to general studies and also current affairs in detail. And they also provide time to time, they provide the model question papers both for prelims as well as the mains. And they also provide the model answers for the questions related to history, geography, polity, science and technology, international relations, Indian foreign policy, etc. So that helps you how to write the answer, especially for mains. Then these 2 journals are also helpful for essay writing. For example, if you look at the Civil Services Chronicle, every month they provide the articles related to different fields, and these articles are written by the best of the best academicians in the country. And these articles are written, they are like essays. The articles are nothing but like essays. They are written by the civil services trainers working in various institutions across the country. You can find the articles on the current events. You can find articles on Indian economy. You can find articles on Indian political system. You can find certain articles on science and technology. Like on various topics, you will get a detailed information related to the various areas. So, if you regularly refer, it is a monthly magazine, and if you refer both Pratiyogita Darpan and Civil Services Chronicle, that covers almost 40% of the syllabus, including current affairs. Then apart from that, I suggest you to read the Economic and Political Weekly. It is EPW. EPW is considered as one of the standard research journal in the field of social sciences. The best academicians and researchers in the country, they write articles on various topics, and most of those articles are related to the current social, economic and political aspects. And the main articles published in EPW are very much useful for essay writing. If you read the articles published in EPW, that provides you a guidance that how to write an effective essay. Because you know very well, essay is very, very important for scoring the marks as far as civil services mains examination is concerned. I have seen many candidates who have scored very good marks in optionals, but some of them, they have scored very less marks in essay. Sometimes they get 70, 80 marks out of 250, so that they lose the good rank. So that is why essay writing is also very, very important. At any cost, you must score at least 130 to 140 marks in essay. So scoring 130 to 140 marks is not a easy task. It's a very difficult task. But if you are able to score around 130 to 140 marks, definitely you can be in top 10 or top 20 ranks. That's why always I tell that the best ranking depends upon optional and essay writing. These two are very important. In general studies, many students, they score 120, 130, 140 on an average. But scoring good marks in essay is very difficult until and unless you are very strong in your presentation. So you can improve your ability for effective presentation by referring to EPW. This is very much useful. So that is why I suggest all of you, you please refer EPW regularly. And don't read everything. Just you read the main article published in EPW. Every 15 days, one article is published on an important topic, either related to economy or polity. Generally, it is related to the social issues. Then, as usual, Yojana. Most of you must be knowing Yojana. Yojana is also good, especially the topics related to Indian planning, economic development, rural development. For those kind of issues, Yojana is very much useful. But this Pratiyogita Darpan, Civil Services Chronicle and Economic and Political Weekly, these three journals are very much useful to strengthen your ability to write the effective answers for general studies as well as essay writing. Okay. Then another important aspect is you have to be very strong as far as the content related to the core subjects are concerned. Again, I am repeating, core subjects are like Indian history, Indian economy, Indian geography, Indian polity and constitution, international relations, science and technology. You have to be very strong in these fields. Then how to strengthen your subject knowledge. Again, that depends upon which kind of books you refer, what kind of material you refer. That's very important. So, I have seen for the past 20-25 years that most of the questions are drawn from certain standard texts. Again, I am repeating here, as a professor, I would like to tell you that UPSC examination is basically an academic examination. Do you get my point? Basically, it is an academic examination where question papers are set by the academicians, not by bureaucrats. Right? So, therefore, most of the academicians in the country, they refer certain standard texts for each subject. For example, if you take Indian history, there are certain standard texts which are referred by the professors in almost all universities in the country. They are considered as the best texts at graduate level or postgraduate level. For example, take ancient Indian history. Apart from NCERT book, there is one book written by R.S. Sharma. This R.S. Sharma book is considered as the basic text, a standard text for ancient Indian history. Similarly, history of medieval India. Then again, NCERT book is very good. So much of information is covered in NCERT book. But apart from that, a book written by Satish Chandra. It's a very good book. In many universities, these R.S. Sharma book and Satish Chandra, these two books are considered as the reference books on ancient Indian history and medieval Indian history. Then, coming to the history of modern India, there are two books on history of modern India. One is by Bipin Chandra, another is by Sumit Sarkar. Generally, in almost all universities in the country, majority of the professors refer these books. Right? The ancient Indian history, medieval Indian history, modern Indian history, and India's struggle for independence. So, my suggestion is that invariably you have to refer the book written by Bipin Chandra and another one by Sumit Sarkar. These two are essential to have an understanding, in-depth understanding over modern Indian history and India's struggle for independence. So this is one core subject because history part is very, very important. So therefore you need to have an in-depth understanding over Indian history. Then similarly for Indian polity. In Hyderabad, there is a popular book by Lakshmikant. Of course, Lakshmikant is a good book, no doubt. But apart from Lakshmikant, there are certain books like Political Theory by V.D. Mahajan, which is a very good book. And there are many books related to Indian political system. But apart from Indian polity, you need to have an in-depth knowledge on Indian constitution. Especially civil services prelims exam, many questions are asked related to the Constitution of India. Though there are many books on Constitution of India, but still the Constitution of India by D.D. Basu is considered as one of the standard texts as far as the Constitution is concerned. I personally feel that Constitution of India by D.D. Basu, Durga Das Basu, is considered as one of the best texts, and I suggest that every student has to read this book from first page to last page. It's a very good book and wonderful book on Indian Constitution. And if you are thorough with D.D. Basu, you can attempt any kind of question related to Indian Constitution for both prelims as well as the mains. Then specifically for mains, you have the topics related to Indian foreign policy and international relations. These two are very important, and every year 100% questions are asked related to the Indian foreign policy and international relations. So as far as international relations are concerned, first of all, regularly you have to read Pratyogita Darpan and Civil Services Chronicle. Why? Because these two journals, every month, right, they publish certain articles related to the international affairs, that's current international affairs. So therefore, reading a newspaper like Hindu, then referring a journal like Pratyogita Darpan or Civil Services Chronicle, that provides largely so much of information related to international relations. But apart from that, recently, in fact, there are many books on Indian foreign policy and international relations. But I personally feel that Indian foreign policy by Harsh V. Pant, it is considered as the best book. A good analysis is provided on Indian foreign policy by Harsh V. Pant. This is the latest book on Indian foreign policy. And this is very, very important, especially for mains. Definitely some questions are asked related to Indian foreign policy, and especially India's relations with the neighboring countries like China, Pakistan and other Asian countries like Japan, and with European countries like UK and other countries. And there are many books, and recently 4 or 5 books have come on Indian foreign policy. Then especially for civil services examination, this McGraw-Hill, they have come out with one book on international relations by Pavanit Singh. Pavanit Singh. This is a very good book, and actually this particular book has been written by keeping the civil services syllabus in view. So, but my suggestion here is that just please don't read these books like a novel. You need to read each and every chapter very carefully, and you need to prepare the notes of your own. For every topic, you have to prepare the notes. Keep separate notebook for each subject. For example, say Indian foreign policy. When you refer Harsh Pant book, there are many chapters on Indian foreign policy, and each chapter you prepare or you write down the important points. You can prepare the notes of like 5 pages, 10 pages. And you write the notes in a point form. And that particular material will be helpful at the time of examinations. You can revise your notes at the time of examination. That's why for all the subjects, you have to prepare the notes of your own. Please don't depend upon others. And your notes must be based on the standard text, as I told you. Whether it is history or geography or polity, you need to prepare the notes of your own. So, as far as Indian polity is concerned, as I said, Lakshmikant is fine. And even I think recently Lakshmikant has come out with another book called Governance in India. Because you have topics related to Indian polity and also governance and constitution. But actually all these topics are related to political science. So Indian polity or Indian political system is one aspect. Constitution of India is another aspect. Governance is another aspect. Then Indian foreign policy, another aspect. Then international relations. So like that you have to divide, and for each topic you need to prepare the notes by referring to these standard texts and also these competitive examination related journals. Then for Indian geography, again you have to start with NCERT books. NCERT 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, these books are very good because you get very good information related to world geography and Indian geography. But Mazid Hussein's book, Mazid Hussein has published 2 books. One is on Indian geography, another one is on world geography, India and world geography. These 2 books are very good for world geography as well as Indian geography. And of course there are many other books, but better to restrict to 1 or 2 books only. Don't read too many books. Refer only standard text. And Mazid Hussain is considered as one of the standard texts for Indian geography. Then coming to Indian economy, which is again very, very important topic. If you look at the syllabus, both for prelims and mains, many questions are asked related to the Indian economy. As far as Indian economy is concerned, you need to have the latest information related to the various aspects related to Indian economic system. For which, first of all, you need to refer economic survey report published by Government of India. Government of India publish economic survey report every year. Generally, it is released in the month of March. And latest economic survey report you need to refer. Suppose you are appearing for civil services examination in 2023. So in 23 March, that economic survey report is released. You need to read the page to page. You have to refer. It's very, very important. At least around 10 questions are asked from economic survey report as far as civil services prelims are concerned. Then with regard to other aspects like Indian planning, then taxation, banking system, like there are many topics, Reserve Bank of India, there are many topics related to Indian economy for which one of the standard text is Indian economy by Mishra and Puri. Mishra and Puri is considered as one of the standard texts in the country. You take any college or any university in the country, invariably they refer only two books for Indian economy. One is Indian Economy by Mishra and Puri, and another one Indian Economy by Dutt and Sundaram. These are the two standard texts related to Indian economy. But I suggest, between these two, I suggest Indian Economy by Mishra and Puri. Why? Because in Indian Economy, Mishra and Puri, for each topic you can find an analytical kind of information. For example, take say population and economic development. Earlier certain questions are asked like whether there is any relationship between population growth and economic development. Whether the population is a burden or it is an asset for India. You know very well that according to 2011 census report, Indian population is around 121 crores, right? And according to the demographic estimations, by 2025, Indian population would become around 140 crores. So India would become number one, surpassing China. So whether this is an asset for economic development in India or whether it is a burden. So this is an argument. So how to build the argument? And if you refer Mishra and Puri, you can find very good argument in that book. How it is an asset and how it is a burden. And ultimately what kind of initiatives we are supposed to take to check the population growth in India. So likewise, for every topic you can find analytical kind of information in Indian Economy by Mishra and Puri. Okay. Then with regard to the science and technology, nowadays questions are asked on the latest developments in the field of science and technology, like biotechnology, nanotechnology, information and communications technology, robotics, or space technology, right? Related to those aspects, questions are asked. So, for which I personally feel that Hindu publishes an annual book, Hindu newspaper. Every year they are coming out with an annual book or annual report that is on Hindu speaks on science and technology. In fact, they are publishing books on Hindu speaks on agriculture, Hindu speaks on industry, Hindu speaks on science and technology. Like that, every year they are coming out with annual reports. So they are nothing but the compilation of the news or articles that are published in Hindu newspaper. Whatever the articles that are published throughout the year, all those articles have been compiled and they are bringing out in the form of a book, which is very much useful for civil services examination. So, likewise, you need to build your capacity. This is called capacity building. If you refer all these books and journals, and if you read these books in a systematic way, definitely you can accumulate lot of knowledge, lot of information. Then, as I told you, your success depends upon, first of all, which books you are referring. That is more important. That's the most important aspect. I have seen many successful students. They are successful because of the information which they have gathered from different sources. Please don't depend upon the notes prepared by somebody else. You prepare the notes of your own. That's more important. Then you need to improve your presentation skills. So that would be possible when you, how are you? I'll finish within 2 minutes. So you can improve your presentation skills, number one, by referring to the standard text. Second one is, you take the questions from the experts and write the answers, and for which you take the feedback from the teachers or experts related to those subjects. Reading and writing, these two must be the continuous activities. Then preparation of notes on your own by referring to the standard text. Then especially for prelims, taking the test regularly. You need to take many practice tests related to the different subjects. Then again, I would like to repeat that prepare the notes of your own. Don't depend upon the notes prepared by somebody else. Then always take the feedback on the answers which you have written. For example, for sociology, I have developed around 10 question papers for mains. And I ask the students to write the answers. Generally, I give the questions for 250 marks. And they have to write the answers within 3 hours. And I evaluate those answer scripts as if it is evaluated by the experts of UPSC. Then so that a student can assess about his or her capability, to what extent they are able to present the effective answer. Always I tell, just writing the answer is not enough. Your answer must be effective. So the effectiveness depends upon the content, logical presentation, to some extent language, and sometimes even handwriting is also very important. I have seen while evaluating the answer scripts of various competitive examinations, sometimes content is good, but that handwriting is so bad, sometimes we just can't understand while going through the answer script. While going through the answer script, you just can't, examiner just can't understand because the handwriting is so bad. So that is why always I tell, legible handwriting is also required. So always your content, logical presentation, language, and legible handwriting. You are supposed to focus on all these aspects. Then take the test, take more tests. But before taking the test, I suggest that 1 year rigorous preparation is required. First you focus on studying or reading the standard text which I have suggested to you. All these books are available in the market. You please buy those books, read systematically, and as I suggested, you please refer at least 2 or 3 newspapers and all these 4 journals which I have suggested. Read them, prepare the notes, write the answers, give it to your concerned teachers or experts, take the feedback. So like that, consistently you need to build your capacity. Then only you will be successful in civil services examination. Again, I would like to tell you that it is one of the toughest examination in the country, but at the same time, if you have a strategic preparation, definitely you will be successful. But it requires a strategic preparation. It's not an academic examination. In academic examination, you may score 80%, 90%, but it is not possible in UPSC examination. It's very difficult to score 55% to 60% marks. So these are certain things which I wanted to share with you. I hope that I am able to give some input to all of you which will be helpful for appearing the civil services examination. Thank you very much.
So Ganesh sir, 21st century toti 2012 నుంచి అసోసియేట్ అయి ఉన్నారు, అండ్ హీ ఈజ్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫౌండేషన్ పిల్లర్స్ ఆఫ్ 21st century IAS అకాడమీ. అండ్ ఆయన ప్రస్తుతం ఆర్ట్స్ కాలేజ్, ఉస్మానియా యూనివర్సిటీ ఆర్ట్స్ కాలేజ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్, ద మోస్ట్ ఫేమస్ యూనివర్సిటీ అండ్ కాలేజ్ ఇన్ ద వరల్డ్. అటువంటి ఆర్ట్స్ కాలేజ్కి ప్రిన్సిపల్ అంటే ఆల్మోస్ట్ వైస్ ఛాన్సలర్ లాగానే. అండ్ అంతేకాకుండా బేసికల్గా ఆయన సోషియాలజీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ప్రొఫెసర్, అండ్ తర్వాత మన తెలంగాణ పబ్లిక్ సర్వీస్ కమిషన్ గ్రూప్ 1, గ్రూప్ 2 ఇటువంటి సిలబస్ కమిటీలో మెంబర్గా ఉన్నారు. అలాగే యూపీఎస్సీ కన్సల్టెంట్గా ఉన్నారు. అండ్ ఇవన్నీ కాకుండా ఆయన గురించి అతి ముఖ్యమైన అంశం ఏంటంటే హీ ఈజ్ ద గ్రేటెస్ట్ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్. సో ఎప్పుడు 21st centuryకి ఎటువంటి అవసరం ఉన్నా లేకపోతే హీ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ దేర్ టు సపోర్ట్ 21st century IAS అకాడమీ. సో ఈ గణేష్ సార్ తోటి ఈరోజు మీకు జరిగినటువంటి ఇంటరాక్షన్ ఈజ్ ద రేరెస్ట్ ఇంటరాక్షన్. అండ్ మన దగ్గర సార్ సోషియాలజీ ఆప్షనల్ కూడా తీసుకుంటారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.